Did you know that Bitcoin smashed through $126,000 this year? And big banks finally jumped in buying billions of dollars worth of BTC. Crypto's 2025 was a really wild run full of highs, hacks, and history. So, if you are confused about what really happened with crypto in 2025, then this video is for you. Make sure you stick around until the end of this video because you need to know all of this. I will break down crypto's 2025 rewind into four simple chapters. First, the hopes of a very huge bull run and institutional invasion. Bitcoin kicked off very strong, hitting new all-time high, parking over at $126,000 in October for 1 BTC. MicroStrategy gobbled up Bitcoin like it was on sale, holding over 671,000 total BTC, which is over 3% of all Bitcoin supply. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF ballooned to over $68 billion in assets under management. Even GameStop bought $512 million worth of BTC. The reason institutional went all in on buying BTC was somewhat clear rules and regulations surrounding whether BTC would be considered as an asset or not. This was clearly because US started a national Bitcoin reserve, officially treating it like gold. Second, regulatory wins and policy shifts. President Trump signed an executive order in January of 2025 supporting blockchains and stablecoins, even banning central bank digital currencies. The Genius Act, created in July, created rules for stablecoins, making them legit for payments. Not just this, but the SEC dropped major lawsuits against big exchanges like Binance, for which CZ was imprisoned, of course, and also Kraken, and basically fast tracked crypto ETFs. Solana, which is a layer 1 blockchain, got its own ETF. Even XRP and Doge saw its own ETF launched on the New York Stock Exchange. Ross Ulbricht, the Silk Road guy, got pardoned, which basically is a huge win for old school crypto fans. I personally think this was not a good thing because the Silk Road was known to order hits on people for assassinations, selling harmful drugs, etc. Third, the crashes, hacks, and huge depegs. 2025 was not all sunshines and rainbows. We saw the biggest crypto hack ever, with Bybit losing over $1.4 billion to North Korean hackers. Indian exchange CoinDCX also lost about $44 million in July of customers' funds. Not just this, but Sui's major liquidity protocol called CETUS also suffered a major hack of $200 million. All of this stolen crypto amounts to over a record $3.4 billion lost of customers' funds. What followed after this in October was also a major crash which wiped $19 billion in liquidations, also known as Black October for some reason. Ethena, the biggest yield bearing stablecoin ever created, saw a major depeg on all centralized exchanges, while the price of Ethena on chain remained exactly pegged to $1. Not to mention the fact that while all of this was going on, we saw a very weird trend of presidents of different countries launching their own token, with one of the worst performing tokens was the Libra token from Javier Milei of Argentina. $99 million was directly withdrawn from Libra token, leaving investors at a huge loss, while Javier Milei himself and his team saw zero implications or criminal charges against them. President Trump himself also launched his own token called Trump. I'm sure you know about this, but look at this chart. The token peaked over at $45 and is right now sitting at about $5, which is a loss of about 90% if you bought over at the top. Her wife or ex-wife, I don't know, Melania also launched her own token, which peaked over at $8, but right now it's down almost 95%. All of these hacks, meme coins, and liquidations may have caused investors to lose over $50 billion. Again, this is just an estimation. Number four, innovations, airdrops, and new trends happening in crypto right now. But before we move forward, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. I cover mostly crypto news, airdrops, and new opportunities in crypto. Anyways, in terms of innovations, the crypto tech literally leveled up. First, Ethereum's Spectra upgrade in May slashed fees, and the Fusaka update in December boosted scalability. Now using Ethereum L1 costs you as same as using any other L2 like Arbitrum. 2025 was the year where stablecoins exploded with monthly volume hitting about $1.25 trillion. This is the reason why USA is so keen and desperate to become a major player in the stablecoins market. Linking all of this together, Circle, which is the issuer of USDC, raised $1.1 billion through its IPO. Like different trends, RWA or real world assets also saw a significant growth by growing over 185% in 2025. Lighter, which is now one of the biggest perpetual dexes, airdropped a total of $675 million worth of tokens to its users. Of course, who can forget about prediction markets like Polymarket and Kalshi, which are literally seeing billions of dollars worth of volumes in a single day. And lastly, things are definitely moving on chain with 2025 seeing a record number of DeFi TVL of about $165 billion worth of TVL. DeFi TVL in 2025 was still lower as compared to 2021's DeFi TVL towards the end. A huge number of this DeFi TVL went straight over to Aave, which saw about 10 to 20 billion dollars worth of inflows seeing in a single year. Hyperliquid and Hyperliquid L1 literally became the star of DeFi by hitting over $2.7 billion worth of DeFi TVL in September. I am genuinely surprised that most people still think that crypto is all about hype and memes. But 2025 proved that this is not the case, with seeing real adoption and innovation in the crypto space. Yes, people lost literally billions of dollars chasing quick wins without backups or safe wallets, assuming everything is easy money in crypto. The simple truth is, yes, crypto is very powerful, but it is definitely not a get rich quick scheme. So, what are some things that you can take away from this video? First, educate yourself, follow only reliable sources, not hype. Second, always think long term. What do I mean by this? Well, make sure that a majority of your money is sitting in Ethereum as well as BTC, not some random bullshit meme coin. Third, always protect your funds. Stay away from centralized exchanges, buy a hardware wallet, and put all your assets into self custody. Finally, make sure you are diversifying a bit. Risk only what you can afford to lose. And lastly, if you want to learn more about airdrops or if you want to see specific videos on airdrops that I'm personally farming right now, then make sure you're watching these videos right here.